Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Happy Sunday, by the way. Today I will be talking about two topics. One is related to the animals, dogs and cats specifically, that are dying in high numbers in Poland now. And I will be giving you some information I came across that might be the true reason, and then sharing with you someone who I found on Polish YouTube channels, who is in detail explaining this situation that's taking place with the animals. A beautiful church right behind me again. And the second topic will be about how I was able to transfer from United States account some money to the Russian account, and if you can still do it if you're thinking about coming to Russia and you have limited amount of money with you, and then you decide to stay maybe longer, or who knows, maybe even move here, how you can transfer the money, what are the fees, and from both sides, what amounts you can transfer, etc. So I'm gonna give this to you guys. I'm trying to think. I know that the noise bothers you, but this is Moscow, so if you want to see the streets, you have to put up with motorcycles, cars, all of it. That's how people live here. So actually, let me maybe sit down here for a moment. Okay, the animals in Poland that are dying, it's a very serious situation. And of course, what they are saying, the government is saying, is that the reason for it is the flu, is the bird's flu, which is BS. Because the true reason for it is this: they have been buying the technical grain from Ukraine for a very long time, even before this conflict has started, and even when they flooded Poland and other countries with this grain. But this is very dangerous situation, guys, because they take the cheapest grain. That's how the mafia operates, how the corruption is in Poland. And I'm sure in many other countries too, but I can speak for Poland. So they take this grain, they use it as food for pigs and chickens. Then they kill those chickens and the pigs, sell them in supermarkets for pennies, and people are, struggling financially, so they are buying this crop, this pure poison. So that's one aspect. Now, the leftovers from what they have after killing those animals, they processed and they create the dry food for dogs and cats. And I have problem remembering this word, intestines, I think that's the right word. This part of your body that digests and processes it. In animals is completely different than in humans, right? It's different organism. The body is built in a different way. So they are dying in a very big numbers. But people are dying from cancer too, because this is the cancer. They are getting cancer and they are dying from this. Then you have the same situation is going to be with people. It's just a matter of time. We already had hundreds of thousands of deaths in Poland from people who are affected by cancer, and this is mainly, of course, stress is the factor, but it's the food, it's the nutrition, because that's how this is operating. It's literally a mafia, guys. They are making huge amounts of money on this. The Ministry of Agriculture, all of this. There is also the Ministry of, let me think, what's the name in English? Like justice. So like they prosecute people for doing the crimes. The same thing, like they know all of this. There is no structure, no system that can check those things and say, no, we are not allowing this to come into Poland. Again, I'm not an expert, so I'm kind of talking around because I don't know the proper words for describing this. But what I will do, there is a person, I will attach a certain video under this video of the guy I just came across who's fighting with this system. It seems like for many years, and you know, they drag him through the courts and things, and he's just not giving up. But honestly, I feel like this is just the beginning, and soon you will see more and more people being affected by this, because what they are putting in those hot dogs and the supermarkets and all of this food is getting worse and worse. I actually heard, not from his videos, but from some other place, that they were also using like heavy oils in the food, and I'm sure it's not just in Poland. You know, I always thought that in United States the food is the most poisoned, in my opinion, because we were always told when I was in US that European Union has higher restrictions and doesn't allow the toxic food to enter European Union countries. But now I see it could be equally as bad. So this is the reason, guys. It's no bird's flu, it's just the food that animals eat is pure poison. And usually people buy not the most expensive, organic, fully nutritious food for animals, but they buy the cheapest one. Many motorcycles in Moscow, clearly. So, yes, that's one thing. Now I want to tell you about transferring the money and how I've done it. Maybe let's walk a little so you don't get bored. Okay, so since I opened this Raiffeisen bank account, you remember last time when I was here, I opened the Raiffeisen bank account. Yes, it still exists. So I said, let's transfer some symbolic amount, not a big amount, to check how long will it take, and if even the Chase Bank will allow it, right? You know, it's another one of the biggest, I don't want to use the words, but you know the bank, JP Morgan Chase. Okay, so I went to the bank here in Moscow and I asked how you just do it, and she said you do the wire transfer. Here is the SWIFT, kind of like a SWIFT. It's not really, but it's like SWIFT. Actually, it's SWIFT. Sorry, it's SWIFT. It's a SWIFT name. So she gave me that. I have 3 accounts. I have account for the rubles, account for dollars, and account for euros. And I'm glad that I opened 3 accounts, and I just tell you now why. Because she said, don't transfer dollars into dollars account, because if you do it, the percentage that will be taken for this operation from the Russian side will be 50%. I repeat, 50%. I could not believe what she was saying. I said, you must be mistaken, maybe it's 15%, right? 5%? She said, not, 50. Which was absolutely crazy to me, but could be, you know, nowadays you don't know what's gonna happen. So if I would send, let's say, $1,000, $500 Raiffeisen here in Russia would take from this. I don't know how this even can be, but that's what she said, and I asked a few times. So she said, instead of sending to the dollar account, send dollars to euro account, because if you do so, then the only fee is 500 rubles for the entire transaction. Okay, now I sent from the Chase. The fee for international transfer, yes, you can still transfer money to Russia up to 25,000 US dollars, I was told. The fee for international transfer is $40, 40. For domestic was 25. And I did it on Thursday. Yesterday was Saturday. I could not believe the money was in the account. I could not believe it. I was told in the bank here, sometimes it takes a week, sometimes it takes 2 weeks, sometimes even a month. But it took literally 2 days. So All I did was the wire transfer from JP Morgan Chase to the Raiffeisen Bank. Again, I want to say, things change every day. You don't know what the fees will be like. Now, the euro is on the much higher exchange rate here in Russia. There was a day it was over 9 rubles, was it? 90 rubles. Sorry, I'm confused with all of this money. I'm not really a money person, so euro is higher than dollar. That's what I'm trying to say. The last time I was here, it was pretty much equal, almost equal. But you can still transfer money at this moment. And like I said, up to 25K from US. I don't know about European countries. The only fee I will be paying will be 500 rubles from the Russian bank here. Well, Austrian Raiffeisen, and then 40 bucks in the United States. I know there are many other ways. I'm just sharing with you my own way because this is how I did it. So, yeah, you know, let's not be discouraged. You cannot do this, you cannot do that. We can always find a way, right? And it's important because if you travel and if you decide maybe to stay longer or maybe try to do your best to move to the country, I just want to show you the magnificent view. Voila. And then you have an option. You have an option and you can use this option still. So why not? And you know, when eventually all of this will settle down, because it will settle down. This is not going to be forever like this. Yes, many connections, links will be broken, but I believe that there will be new ones that will be built, so you will find another way. And if you want to move to Russia, then you have another option. Just saying. So guys, that's all I have for you today. Some of you probably know much more about other banks. I share my opinion, so that's how I did it. Mind-blowing, literally 2 days wire transfer. And I was not even sure if they will allow me to transfer from US to Russia, right? Because you never know what they're gonna say. But they did. She asked me, actually I called the bank and she said over the phone, what country are you transferring to? I said to Russia. And she said, oh, that's fine. So that's fine. Thank you everyone for watching. If you're interested to see the concert, just a little video recording, go on my locals. And maybe you can still catch it on my Instagram because I posted it after 7 p.m. So the stories on Instagram usually last for 24 hours. And yeah, I just want to say thank you for being here with me. If this gives you any value, what I just said, hit that like and please subscribe if you want to follow more informations from all sorts of different shenanigans that they are pulling off, like unfortunately with the dogs and cats. And then, you know, people too. It's just it takes longer for people to see the effects of it because our body is very resilient. It's God-given. It recovers, fights the disease. So I see you guys tomorrow in another video. Lots of love. Enjoy your weekend. Bye everyone.